one now. What's your name? So Vines Racing with a V. Why is V so far down? Couldn't you rename it Vines Racing? Because then it will be at the top.
That's all it's time.
Right, everybody, welcome to Season 2, Round 1 of the Department of Work and the Done with Precision DWP GT3 round series, racing of the series with the words racing in it. Yes. I'm joined today by Chrissy Vines. Say something, Chrissy.
Hello, hello.
And that's him. And we are going to be doing some talking about the thing with the thing. You can tell it'll be us because we'll be doing the talking.
Hello, TJ. Yes, it's all good.
Nothing is good, everything is bad. So the race is going to be good though, because it just always usually is. It just is. It's just the way it is. It tends to be that thing. So I am just arranging to have both chats from him and her. So he's him and I'm her. On my screen at the same time in that clever way that I can do. Pop out chats, minimise crappy screen, move. Come on, move across, move across. Bloody Windows! What's wrong with this thing? Why is it not doing it?
Oh, I can't do that. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you can. You can do whatever you like. You just need to believe in yourself. Ask Disney. What have you done? Is it bad?
I tried being clever.
Oh. Never works for me. I mean, you are cleverer than I am, but still. Tempting fate there, mate. It's a Phil! And we got TJC, woohoo, and Ian. So you got Ian, I got TJC and Phil. And he's tried to be clever.
I tried being clever and taking off fuel and tyres for the qualifying, and then realised I'd have to reset it all to turn it back on.
Oh, yeah. No. Why don't you just let people drive? We should have called this. Oh, I was going to call this GT7 GT3. Which you could then put together as GT73. Or would you call it GT37? I'm not sure. Which one would you call it? GT73, I suppose it would be, because it's GT7-3. See, that's me trying to be clever. That's what. So it's all a bad idea. Bad, bad, bad. I need to get a pillow.
Yeah, Jay, if you want to carry on, we had someone drop out. So, yeah, plenty of room for you.
Definitely. Who's asking?
Jay.
I knew that. Who? Right, so the sun's shining outside where I am. I'm near a castle. Near several castles. I shared a photograph of that with some people earlier. Especially some mad, fast German people. Ah, they call me Jay. Can you give me 5 minutes? Oh, we'll have people yelling at us. Well, yelling
yes,
at Chrissy.
We
Yes, we can actually.
You'll just have less time in qualifying as well.
Yes. Turn up late. Snooze and lose. I enjoyed saying that. Let's go onto the track instead of just staring at all these people. So we have, well, let's stare at the people first. We've got in there. There's no VGT cars, which is very unfortunate because then they can't cheat. There's no Supra, i.e. cheaty cars, and no Scooby-Doo-Brews. Don't know why, but there's very good reasons, which he's about to say now.
It's faster than a Supra.
More cheaty cars. So no more cheaty cars. Other than that, knock yourselves out, everybody.
Yeah. No tuning either. Just so turn up and race.
No tune up. Anyway, you can see there. So we've got Travis, who's for fast. We've got Alec, who's also for fast. You've got Diaco, who's always tenacious and pretty fast. You've got the Phil, who's always tenacious, and I like to call him fast because he's my mate. We got hold on, Alec. Seb, who's Hudrikska. He's also fast. You got Moomin, who's another tenacious and fast, and you got Ian, who's also fast and probably tenacious, and also a lunatic. You can tell by the way it goes round and round and round. Peter from Poland is in there, and we should be being joined by the Matt. Let's go on board somewhere. Oh, Chilkadiums! Hey, who are you? I am Rue.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't actually notice anything. I didn't tell anyone. So.
Could have been a bit more adventurous with the time progression. Whinge, whinge, whinge. You're going to win anyway. Stop whining.
Alright, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to speak with my engineer.
1, 2.
Funny, ha.
Well, that's why people tune in. My amazing sense of humour, erudition, and knowledge. I'll now display my knowledge. Look, that's a car. It goes whoop because it's a V8 Jag. I do actually like that car a lot. I have one. People are saying things. So Jay is hoping in. Well, you don't need to hope. You're in, mate. Ooh! I don't think Seb wanted to do that. Nick, Ianis, hello, waving at you. Can you see? It's a beautiful smile you got there, Chilka. Let's find somebody else to annoy. Oh, another thundering V8. Now, I was having a conversation with a fast German. She likes these cars, but it was real racing cars she was talking about. And in real life, they sound even better than that. What else we got? An Alfa Romeo, the king of racing cars. It might not be the fastest, but it's an Alfa Romeo, so everybody can just.
Right, okay. There we go. We've got Hudgina in. He had a glitch.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it is Gran Turismo 7. Now we've had another update, so maybe this update has made it better. Betterer than the last update made it better. What do you think? Oh! Diaco doing a dive into the corkscrew. Didn't work.
Hi Ray, and welcome in Jay. So we've got 8.
It's on my livery. Actually, I did my livery and I changed for the DWP, and I didn't. Then.
So there's Luna in. Jay's in. Oh yeah, Jay. Medium and soft tires are needed.
You need both, because you've got to use both. 4 times tyre wear, 3 times fuel, or 3 times fuel, 4 times tyre, whichever around it is. Did you see how I did the same thing both times? I did that on purpose. I didn't. I didn't do it on purpose at all. I see 10 dead people. Ray Riviera!
I'm not even on your chat and I know who that is.
Yes, we just actually got off the phone. I had to leave him because I was doing this. I was setting up when he rang.
Oh, I do apologise, Ant.
It's okay. And so you should. Anyway, so Moomin is in a McLaren, another British V8 engine, 3.8 litre, twin turbo, 32 valve, all alloy V8, designed by Ricardo Engineering, a great British engineering company that no one's ever heard of because they tend to do things, you know, paid and quiet. We've seen him. Let's see what Phil's got. Oh, he's got his Aston. Let's have a listen. Oh, let's go on board. Oh, listen to that V12. Who cares how fast it is? Just listen to that V12. Honestly, we'll be going back to this car a few times, depending
that's
on
Phil.
whether it... Yeah, that's the Phil.
Yeah.
Nice livery, though. Let's show you the clever things I can do. Look at that. Make a wish. This is advertising the Scally Punk Plebs, whatever you want to call it, charity race next week on the 17th, which will be going on for many, 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 many months, all night, and we'll be laughing and crying and laughing and drinking, and in the background there will be the cutest co-commentator ever invented by God, Quincy. He's a coroner, no nonsense coroner who always solves crimes and cases. Dr. Quincy. It's ME, long
Straight.
time. When I was a kid, that was. We've got. He's also utterly gorgeous and cute, and really likes crashing into people. But like as part of a game, that was fun. That was a fun day actually at Suzuka.
Oh yeah, I did that with him at Daytona.
It's just listening to him giggling in the background. It's just hilarious. Anyway, and then him and Phil argue about stuff. So funny. Right, who else haven't we seen? Oh, we've got the Alfa Romeo.
He's got to cross the line for 24.0.
Where'd you gone? Stop doing that! Where you gone? We haven't been to Pete from Poland. Look at that, blue and red.
He's just done the 24. Up into the fourth, just behind Ian.
Got a BMW.
Oh,
M6 by the looks. Is that M6? Is that an M6?
Yes, it is.
So the M6 has started to look nicer these days because the first one came out and looked like a piece of.
I quite like that.
Or am I thinking of the X6? No, I'm thinking of the X6. A coupe off-roader.
Yeah.
No. Bought by people that think it's acceptable to plastic wrap a car.
Oh, it's Virginia. He's just gone and put it into P3.
Right, so let's go. Travis. What's Travis in? We don't. Travis is in.
The Corvette, I believe.
Which I'm guessing may be Christian's favourite car here.
Not that one.
Really? Oh, okay.
Oh, right. Car here? No. Probably the McLaren.
It's got Perkins written on the side, so is it a Perkins diesel V8 in the front? If anyone knows what Perkins are, they are a very famous diesel engine manufacturer of many, many years. Anyway, he's very fast. As you can tell, because he's currently fastest. His fastest time being a 1:20.5, and then he did a few where he'd obviously decided to try and die. He's not been very consistent today.
No,
maybe
he was in the pits.
That really? Well, why has it got all of the times? Is it showing all of the times now?
No, he went into the pits properly so he could change tyres without refilling the fuel.
Oh, that kind of pits. Oh, he's being clever, lightening the fuel, putting fresh tyres on. The thing that I've accused people of being a few times in the past. Let's have a look at it around it. Oh, look at that. Green and white in HSBC colours. Like HSBC still British. Oh, and he's doing rallycross! Rallycross! Facing the wrong way! Spinning his tyres up! He's warming his tyres up. Okay, let's leave Seb to because it makes me feel sick. They call me Jay. He's in here with another thundering German V8. Look at nice Petronas colours. We like the silver. We like the black. We like the peppermint. It's kind of greeny blue, pepperminty. It looks like a lozenge. It's like you could lick parts of the car and it would be nice and freshen your breath after.
There we go. Peter from Poland into the pits.
Peter from Poland into the pits. Let's have a look at Ian. Ian's in the same car. Oh!
2.6 for the spin.
Oh! Oh, the back end came off the floor. I like his wheels. His wheels he's doing a 3-point turn, 4-point turn. I've got a feeling this damn thing's trying to correct it for him while he's trying to correct it for him too, which really annoys me.
Matt's had a small issue, but we did reset the times late, so we've still got 5 minutes anyway.
Well, so anyway, back to the colours, bold colours of red, burgundy. It's kind of nice metallic. All their flop colours. They go orange and red.
Whose car's this?
This is Ian. If you sort of do the rotating thing, if you look on my screen, you can see that if you get the light right, it becomes a bit more. Oh, not if he does that. It becomes a bit orange. Anyway, enough of that. Peter from Poland. We've got in this BMW. I'm not allowed to like BMWs. I've been warned.
Who by?
I think you can guess.
Oh, right, yeah. That actually makes sense, yeah.
Well, I was watching the 6-hour Nürburgring Nordschleife 6-hour endurance race yesterday.
Lots of dust being kicked up by everyone here. well,
there's a couple of 3 corners here that drag you off into the sand. And then you get the corkscrew, which just spits you over the second bit if you get it wrong.
Yeah.
So, like that.
Like that.
Like that. Right, anybody says 2.6 for the spin. Okay, what about the drift? What about the drift? Somebody did a very good drift on the sand.
Oh, Michelina's...
Oh, well, he could be having trouble. Can't wait forever, though. Even though we
No, there's 4 minutes.
Who else haven't we really been on board with and followed much? Diaco, another thundering V8. Yes, so I was following it, and a Mercedes GT3R was winning, and a certain person who was in contact with me on Discord said, "Good," and I'm like, "So you like them?"
Yeah, Michelina's still here on his screen.
Right. Doing that again, is it? Has he got wheels on his? Because he did that before, if you remember.
Oh, he's not even here on ours anymore.
3.7 for the drift, and has high standards. Fair enough. Fair enough. Bob. So
Michelina's just resetting his lobby.
Kill. Moomin's revving his turbos up. Let's see, 124.3, his fastest time so far. Round the corner that drags you in and spits you off with a big sausage. Up the hill.
Right, Matt's having issues as well, unfortunately. But he's had
he's had a haircut. Mudgelina's back in the room. I bet Matt's had a haircut, and like Samson, it's changed everything. I bet he was singing My Delilah and had a haircut.
Oh, Dark is in the dirt.
I'm just following. I can smell burning. So if I start screaming and go, "Ah, I'm on fire!" it's because I burnt to death in my flat. Fair enough. Right, let's follow the... Can't blame me. Can't blame me, I didn't crash the Alpha. I joined it as it was sliding.
You have to hurry in, there's 2 minutes to start.
2 minutes to start. Get your final laps in. Little 1.7 litre 4-cylinder with a barn door of a turbocharger to give it all the power in the world. I don't know about GT7, I've not driven it on here yet. And GTS, it was quite a sweet handling car.
Which one's
Just the Alpha 4C.
Yes, I think it's still pretty decent on this.
Cool. The only problem I found with it is that it was laggy and peaky. So if you had problems keeping the boost on, which I always did, because I always either go too slow or too fast into every corner I'm on. Yeah, not great. So, things to watch out at Corkscrew. Any thoughts, Mr. Christian Vines?
Turn 3 is a big one, the first right-hander. The corkscrew, obviously, and turns 10 and 11.
Okay, okay.
I would said numbers, I'm pretty sure they're 10 and 11.
Doesn't matter, I can never remember anyway. I will add to that big sausages on the inside of some of the bends. If you
all of the bends,
cut them, if you cut them too close, you will get spat off. Like there's one, but he missed it beautifully. Coming to the end of his lap. Now there's no big sausage. Oh no, there is a big sausage on this one. Oh, what's that one? So that one spits you off, and also there's a couple of corners that are tightening. So you, but they drag you in. So you will be approaching. I don't know which. Yes, it turn 5 where you go slightly uphill. There's a bit of a bridge.
Yeah, the left-hander just.
You come over the rise, and suddenly you're at a corner that you need to be much slower with.
Oh, that's 10-6.
So he's like, ah, and then you go rally driving, and there you go.
Right. Everyone's in.
Mudgelina. Oh, look at that. Lots of green and white. Very nice. He's got his DWP colours on, yes, even though he's a DT. Oh, what a good lass. Really good. Was that him telling you that in the background I could hear earlier?
Yes.
So the wind, 3.6 meters per second, coming from the north by northwest, something like that. That's going to be affecting stuff.
Everyone.
You're going to be able to brake better going into the corkscrew, but you're going to have it behind you directly for the hairpin. The hairpin's another challenging one.
Yes.
It's another, but it's also a good place to overtake by punting people out of the way. Okay. Oh, something's happening. Something's happening. Can I change? Nope.
No.
Oh, goody.
They've taken it out.
Completely. Is this to make it easier
it's
for
to make
the computer?
it easier on the game. Yeah.
But I am looking at the right angle, which I'm behind. I can't change anything, but at least I'm looking behind. I can't.
Oh, you've got that one.
It's very strange.
Okay. Oh, half the grid stuck.
Yeah. They were all going, no,
Is
no,
that
no.
false starting?
That's the false start. It's false started everybody.
Okay. So Seb is the first one through turn 2. Darko's made his way up to second. Ian in third, followed by Alec, Moomin, Jay,
Jelena didn't
Phil.
set a time, so it's at the back. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
He's taking it very easy
but-
through the first few corners. Very sensible. It's very sensible Germans. We like the sensible Germans. Oh, he's got Peter from Poland up the inside on turn. Right. Okay. So is the hairpin turn 1 or turn 2?
The hairpin is turn 2.
So that tiny little
The
slight.
kink is turn 1.
God. All right. So 1, 2.
So turn 5. So going on Seb,
2, 3,
the corkscrew
4,
is 8A and 8B.
5, 6, 7. Is it? No.
Yeah.
So what's the-
corkscrew is 8A and 8B.
So every time
then
it's got a
turn
slight
round
kink.
9.
Every time it's got a slight kink.
There's only really one slight kink on this track.
Oh. Peter from Poland is chasing Mugelina. Alec is at the back. Something bad has happened to Alec. We were too busy arguing
He
about.
came off the turn 4.
Uh-oh. What did he do that for? Anyway.
Following me up the inside of Mugelina.
He's not letting him get away with that. That's a block pass, as they call it in motorcycling, where you stick your vehicle in the way. In Formula 1, that...
Jay's off into turn 2.
Fastest, 3 abreast, and they're all dying. They've killed Phil in the wonderful, beautiful, fantastic V12. How dare they? Lovely colours, and it's a V12, and it's English, not British. English.
Ian has come off at turn 3.
Jay's at the back as well. Phil's off onto the gravel. He's finding out. He's got bits of the Nevada desert in his wheels. I think they imported all that dust from Nevada just to make this, because it's Californian
Travis is
track.
back up to P4, looking for a move on Moomin.
It's a bit of a go towards the front.
He's through
Alec
as he enters
through.
the
Phil's at the back. He loves being at the back. He doesn't at all, really, but you know, he just got destroyed earlier. Oh, there's a fight at the front. The comic Jay has just gone right round Pete from Poland as if he was not there. Oh! And then Alec decided to kill everyone. That's not good. We don't like that, Alec. He's letting him go past these. Bless him. Oh, see, we love these people, aren't they great? Oh my goodness, but Peter from Poland got so completely put off by that he's decided to dig some sandcastles as well. Oh my goodness.
PH4's now chasing Darko, only half a second.
So Phil's back up to 8th. They call me Jay. I'm slowly working forward. Mugelina's up to 6th and is after Ian, who's having fun with the hairpin. Oh, a bit on the dust. It's so difficult. You've got to go so slow. I'm thinking that's the corner you need to hug it back in. Yeah, you need to go really slow and stay right in so no one can come up the inside. Unless
Travis looking to the outside of turn 5.
Oh, yeah, on Diaco. Diaco's not falling for that one. We're looking at it from Moomin, who's in 4th.
Turn 6. No. Ostensibly waiting for... Go up into...
Interesting, interesting. So, as Moomin found out how bad those sausage curbs can be, Travis does the old switch up.
Not sure what happened
dying! Well, okay, we were on board with Moomin. What happened there was Travis did the old switcheroo and got up the inside for the corkscrew, but actually got ahead of Diaco before the corkscrew, moved over so he could take the corkscrew at full speed, and Diaco dived up the inside of him on the corkscrew, and then of course they both died. So this is what happens.
They also merged together in that corner for me.
Yeah, they kind of went bang!
Yeah.
Boom!
So Travis came off best, he's in P2.
P2, Diaco's down to P4, and he will be driving German.
Alright, let's just have a look at tyres. Seb is on the
Du
softs,
bist
Travis on the
tot!
softs, Moomin on the softs,
torten
Dark on the softs, Ian on the softs, Muggelino on the mediums, Jay on the softs, Phil on the mediums,
I forgot about
Alec
all that
on the
stuff.
mediums, and Peter is on the softs.
Driving.
Oh, Jay's come off at turn 3.
So this is a 40-minute race, ladies, gentlemen, kitty cats, woofy dogs, hamsters, and pet parrots who will be watching this. You have to use the softs and the mediums. They are both mandatory. You can do more than one pit stop.
Oh.
You might be able to do 10 pit stops if you really want to. Muggelina gone again?
Yeah, but he probably hasn't at the same time.
Oh, and you're driving as well. Excellent. Well done.
Huh?
You're in 10th.
Oh, no, I'm driving, yeah. Because Muggelino's gone.
Disappearing out the front is the young alien known as Seb Alien.
He is losing time to Travis behind now.
Ah, that's because Travis is another kind of an alien. He's that other type
2
of alien.
seconds like that. Travis is a
Yes.
1:21.2.
Well, because I wasn't watching, I don't know what Travis did at the beginning for him not to
false
be
start.
at the front. The false start, yes, I do know it happened because I was on board with him, or just behind him. Yes, of course, everyone had a false start. Okay, so we are 6 minutes into a 40-minute race, so there's plenty of time for everyone to kill each other again. Moomin is in third, 3 seconds ahead and 4 seconds behind. Diaco is in fourth.
Little,
Not wanting to be in fourth, he will wants to catch up with his old mate.
Ian is holding on to 5th though.
Ian is there. They're all thundering along with the V8s. Lots of thundering today. They've all had
V8s. Oh no. Yeah,
No.
the McLaren's V8 as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Twin turbo.
There's one that isn't though.
Well, that depends which Jaguar it is.
No, Jaguar's a V8, but there's also an Aston Martin. Remember, Phil. Phil has a V12.
Yeah, Phil's not in the top 5.
What's the top 5 got to do with anything?
I said top 5.
I said everybody. When did you say top 5? I didn't hear.
I said the top drivers were all in V8s.
Top drivers. I didn't hear that word. Okay, so
And then back to... Well, the Alfa Romeo is not a V8 either, is it?
no, that's an inline 4. You can tell because it sounds a bit shit. Not all
And then you have
V8
the V8.
sound shit. You listen to a nice
So
Mark
there's
1 or
two
Mark
cars
2
which are
Escort
not
rally
V8s.
car.
Yes, I am streaming that. Shame you couldn't get joined, the internet being silly.
Matty, we're missing you. We're missing you.
Darko's
Rusif.
called
I've got a new nickname,
12 seconds.
Rusif. He's like Rusif. A and B's in the chat also.
Yeah.
Right, I think what I've managed to do is got the two things the wrong way around. So I'm looking at yours where thinking it's mine and looking at mine thinking it's yours. But that explains why Matt is asking you in your stream, are you streaming? He's not in your stream, he's in mine.
It's in yours.
Some inline
But
forms are
Ian's
beautiful.
got up to Diaco. He's only 1 second behind now, and Diaco's slowly catching Moomin.
Oh, there's going to be a big battle. These two battle often.
Travis only 3.5 seconds from Hydra. Seb.
Hydra is in the front because
Very dead tyres though.
very dead tyres, and also, right, also, and this is very important, he's working for Hydra. So they've got
Ian
special
now
technology.
less than half a second from Diaco.
Oh, he's in the slipstream. Is there a slipstream? It's real slipstream in this, but
So it's,
you know,
it's not very powerful.
it's not very powerful in GT7, is it?
He is out of the slipstream and back in it.
You should have another setting of slipstream, you know, like a light, real, non, and
There is.
cheat.
There is.
Is there?
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah.
Should call it cheat and make it stupidly huge.
I
Just
think
call
it's like a 3 second.
Oh,
range.
Diago's screwed up!
Diago's off and wide.
Corner,
In turn 4.
whatever the hell that was. 4, yes.
Being up the inside of 5. Should be done quite.
Would he get the switcheroo? Can he switch back?
There's
No.
not really a place to move into turn 6. Unless you're very, very ballsy. I'm not going to say brave, because it's not brave, it's kind of stupid.
He's a Harley rider. He's got big
I'm
balls.
streaming from my one, the Vines racing one.
Yes, not the Department of Work and Pensions.
I'll be re-uploading for that one.
Re-uploading for that one.
Travis now only 1.8 from Seb. Tyres are about half as worn.
I'm going to go. So, Diaco's tyres are looking a bit. They're actually looking worse than Ian's.
Yep.
Interesting.
Plenty
of fuel. Plenty of fuel. Yeah.
Yeah, fuel should be fine. A little bit of saving, but other than that, you should be able to make it the whole way, because you can see they're probably about 70% of fuel left, and they need a quarter all the way through.
Yeah, it's about 2/3. They've used about a third of a tank. We're 10 minutes in
Hey, Matt.
to a 40-minute race.
Follow me as the first one to jump into the pits.
Oh, so now Matt's confusing me completely by being in both of them. So now, once again, I don't know who's who. I do really. I'm just saying it. Sounds good. Oh,
Travis now almost
Ian will
under a
be
second.
right back. And T3. Okay, so let's go back. So let's have a look at this Alfa Romeo. Let's have a look at these times. Okay, let me go to the front. 1.2 seconds between first and second. Fastest time of the Seb. I've not seen Seb race for a while, because he started in the DWP GT3 Series 4.
Of course it connects after we start, Matt. Of course.
122's fastest times, but he's now in the 123s.
Well, that's all thanks to the tyres.
However, Travis, who we know is just ridiculous, stupid.
Yeah. There are a few drivers in here, well, they're not here today unfortunately, who will be challenging him quite well.
So, his fastest is 121.2.
Yeah. Fastest stuff of the race.
I wonder whether he's turned his engine down, because he's just done a 123.5, and it could be that he's turned his engine down.
Yeah. They're just sort of coasting behind him.
So that he can obliterate him with a clear track instead of trying to overtake and having a problem. This is called the racecraft. Now the Moomin...
Which Travis is really good at.
He's really good at. Is he really old? Is he like in his 20s?
I don't know.
I mean, is he really, really old and in his 30s?
No.
Because that's even older than me.
I think he's about 20 to 30s.
Yes.
That's what I guess.
It's nice to get a mature head on a young shoulders. Unlike mine, which is a young head on mature shoulders.
Darko's also just coming out of the pits now on some mediums.
Pits, oh, something happened. Moomin just did a slidey.
Tyres aren't thanking him very much either. But then this is a...
Oh, Seb's in the pits. Seb's in the pits.
Yep.
So,
30 minutes in.
I think that if he has turned his wick down, he'll... Oh, Matt's joined the room to spectate. Plenty of room for you, Matt. Get in there.
Yeah.
Shall I invite Matt to chatty chat?
Yes, I was going to do that.
Well, you do that then.
There you
do that. You do that.
Right.
Okay, so Ian, Seb and Moomin are all in the pits. If I was Travis, I'd be turning my wick right up and getting the
Travis
fastest
has
time
just
I
told
can.
me he's 34 while driving. Probably about to set a fast start.
34, much older than me, because as everybody knows, I'm only 28 today.
Oh, not 22.
Not today. No, because today's my youngest child's 22nd birthday, so I can't be the same age as her. Not today. That would be wrong.
Yes.
So there you go. I just want to stay on board with Travis to see what time he's doing. He's currently got 40.
We've also got Phil 0.8 seconds behind Alec. Battle for what would currently P4, non-officially. They haven't yet to pits. These two on the medium tyres.
You've also got to remember that one of the reasons why Travis is so old is because he's an Australian, and they are no-nonsense people. Oh, he's not coming in! Let's see what his lap time is. Let's see if he's gone faster.
He's going to be going one more lap, I should imagine.
120, 121, 2, 3,
24,
4,
25.
5.
No, not quite.
Yeah, just under, but his previous lap to that was a 25 as well. So, all right, so that's blown that one out of the. Oh, Seb's just got a penalty. He's pushing hard on his mediums. Naughty, naughty, very naughty. That's taking you back to Good, Ebenezer Good, which me and a mate called Matt in the laboratory doing nights used to walk around going, "Got any Veras?"
Still looking to the outside of Alec into turn 11.
Oh!
You should have more power down the straight.
Yeah, he was just ahead at the corner, but then Alec got in more control going round the corner. But of course he's in a wheezy turbo, whereas the big bad V12, he's coming for you, I come for you. Now he's gone defensive up the inside. Yeah. Will Phil get a better drive? Will he get a better drive? Will he get a better drive?
Alec put his car in a very good spot there to stop him getting the drive.
So Alec is showing the racecraft thing again. Phil's back end decided to wiggly wobbly and he had a big slide, which then put him out on the gravel. Phil, of course, knows all about gravel because he used to live in Las Vegas. Travis is in.
The outside of turn 5.
Oh, that's brave. He's on the marbles. He did a slide, but he didn't slide off. This is good stuff, this. We do like this. We should be looking back at all these other people that are at the back and slow. It's just so good to see Phil up in 5th. I want him to stay at least in 5th. And I want him to have a brilliant battle and not... nobody put, the corkscrew. No, he didn't do the corkscrew very well that time. It's very hard to get the braking right.
Travis still in the pits.
Oh, what's he doing? Did he run over his pit crew?
Seb's pulled a gap again, back into 1st. Moomin probably going to come out behind, I should imagine.
Now both of these riders, oh my Gideon's trouser leg bum. Both of these drivers are on the mediums, but we can see that Alec, his tyres are in worse condition. So this Aston's looking after the tyres. We knew that though. We knew that the Aston looks after tyres better.
Yes, he's quite a good car.
So brum brum brum, off we go.
Oh, Darko's under pressure from They Call Me Jay through turn 2.
There's 3 cars in a row because Dyko's not that far behind Phil. No, that's Ian. Sorry, I'm on board with Ian.
That's Ian, yeah.
That's Ian. Ian's having fun, isn't he? Well, this is great. They Call Me Jay's fighting Dyko. Yes, yes, yes. Why aren't you in my ear? Matt, what are you doing? How dare you not be in my ear? What means you've been in my ear?
Oh, wow. Ian's caught right up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was on.
He's up the inside of Phil into corkscrew. Alex gone defensive. Quite a naughty defensive.
Was there multiple movements in the braking zone?
No, it's more of a reaction rather than going defensive.
But like,
so
no!
Blocking.
So Phil's down to 6th, but it's a very competitive 6th, and that makes me happy. Oh, puff of smoke, puff of smoke. Is his turbo about to explode? Phil sends a telegram to the Apex saying, "I'll see you next time." And again, though he did have a problem. He couldn't brake because he was caught out by the 2 in front trying to kill each other. Oh, they're alongside each other. We're in a good position to see them bitterly battle.
Yeah, you've got a nice view. I've got the... Ian picked up a half-second penalty. Came off on the left-hand side of the track, I should imagine. And he's through.
But he's ahead. But it's round the next couple of corners.
Dyko off the inside of the second half.
Dyko won't like that.
He has come off. Dyko looking to the outside of turn 3.
He braked a little bit later.
And he stay on the outside of 4.
He's still there.
He's alongside enough to warrant you.
Stayed on the track almost completely. Not quite.
Bipola's joined. Welcome. If you're in the stream, welcome over. It's nice to have you.
Right, what we're talking about? Is this Dirk on the thing? In the Bipolar in the room. Okay.
Yeah. That's a shame. He's a very quick driver. He's a nice guy as well.
What, Bipolar?
Yeah, Jay inside of corkscrew.
Oh, if he was
turning hard.
Oh, because he was on the outside of the corkscrew and he just couldn't. You just can't. It's not possible.
There you go.
The corkscrew looks at you and goes.
His half second.
Nay, lad. It says that's it is California, isn't it?
Yeah.
Laguna Seca. Yeah. It looks like it goes, nay, lad, in that Californian voice. Hey, man, what's doing, dude? You ain't going around there.
I forgot. Travis now only 3 attempts from Hydra again.
If anybody watches Saturday Night Live, one of the funniest sketches they do, you can find it on YouTube, is where there's all these Californian people, they're all blonde, and they all start by going, Travis, what are you doing here? Like that. It's very funny. Anyway, there's lots of stuff going on. Let's go and see what Peter from Poland's doing. Look at that. Blue and red going down. I can't even say it looks like sweetie, because it's not. Or I'll translate that into American. Candy.
You can if you want that.
What? Christian Vines is just sat in the pits looking at everyone going, Right, so at the front, we have Travis, who came out. He didn't gain anything by staying out all that time and not going any faster. If he'd have been 1 second faster, he would have been in front. But he's
got
there.
his tyres, though.
He's got his tyres, brand new racing mediums, but everyone's got racing. Look at the state of Seb's racing in comparison.
Well, we know Seb, he's very quick, but he does chew through tyres quite rapidly. Saw that last season when his car was with Magdalena.
Did we want you to join comms? Did we want the Macabre King of comms, to join the comms? What do you think?
Oh, Dale's also in the pits again. Oh, actually, no, this is his first stop.
This is his first stop. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was on the mediums and he was up that far. Now he's on the softs. So that's for the lead. Moomin doing a great job. He's out on his own. Just chilling. Ian has managed to
look.
gap.
McLaren, P3.
Yeah, let's just woo. Alec, 6.5, nearly 7 seconds behind, 2 seconds ahead. They call me Jay. Is going for him. Yep. He wants to catch him. He is not happy with being in 6th. He wants to be in 5th, then 4th, then 3rd, then 1st. He doesn't want 2nd. He's just going to skip straight over that using magic.
Well, he'll overtake them both at the same time. They're so close. Oh, Hydra's in the dirt. Outside turn 9.
Oh, now he's 3rd.
Yep, Moomin's up into P2.
Just rewind for me so we can see what happened. Oh, right. So we're talking lap 15. We will do the review.
Turn 9.
We have a Macabre King has joined us in the comms. Good afternoon, Matthew.
Oh, Darko's come off the corkscrew as well.
What? How dare they do these things when I'm not watching them?
Phil's chasing down Peter's
tyres. Anyway, shut up a minute. Good afternoon, Matthew. Hello.
Well, guardo, Focorinos.
It's good to hear your voice. It's good to see you. It's good to have you here. Now, what are you saying again, Chris?
Pushing hard.
Oh, he wants to catch up, does he?
He's got quite a nice buffer behind him, though.
He has, because that's Moomin in front, and Moomin had a huge buffer behind him, so it's 14 seconds between Travis and the Moomin.
Travis, I believe, is going to 1 stop.
He's on the rear end of P8. I don't know his name.
Peter.
Peter from Poland.
Peter.
Yeah, that's
Peter from Poland.
Yeah, he changed Follow Me 78 to FM 78, just when he became a DTR.
Legend.
Oh,
the dude's a legend.
Alec is right on the back of Jay as well. Half second. Well, it was half second when I said it. His tyres are looking rather worse for wear. Looks like he's going to be trying a 1 stop.
Oh. And they're mediums. Oh, he got that right though. He got that apex the way everyone wants to. Didn't hit the sausage. There was no German sausage there.
Did I hear you say the Alpha was an inline 4?
Jawohl. 1.7 litre.
V6.
Nope.
I think where's the 8C?
Because that car is rapid.
That's a V8. 8C's a V8.
Alright. And then the 4C is the E.
They're called those because there were 1920s cars. There was an 8C, a 4C, a 6C, and an 8C, designed by Vittorio Jano in the days when Alfa Romeo were the mother of the Ferrari.
Oh, I think Bonomi's had an incident. Phil was up into P8, 5 seconds clear. 25 seconds behind Diaco.
It's doing
strange watching a V12 and an inline 4 battle it out.
But one is naturally aspirated and one has a forced charging.
The handling, though, on the 4C, and I've said this for a long time, is incredible. It is genuinely incredible. Once you get used to it as well.
It's very balanced, isn't it? It's very neutral. It's not rear endy, it's not front endy.
What a legend. Good to see you, my friend.
Who were looking at? Ray Riviera? Oh yes, Ray was in earlier. He said hello to everybody. We love Ray.
I'm pretty sure there's a car called the Riviera as well.
Yes, there is. Buick.
Sure.
I'm sorry. Oh, Jay's come off. Jay's come off. Alex on the inside. Don't get excited, Alec. Don't get excited. Do your corkscrewing. So this is what we were saying at the beginning, Scrappy-Roo. We were saying that you don't want to be caught out by the corners. That and Alex done the same. They've both done the same in different things, different places.
Back going, and then Diaco's going to go up the inside.
Oh, but Diaco's just mullered his way past. That's not Muller light. That's Muller schwer. Das ist kein Muller Licht. That is Muller schwer.
It's almost the same, and it's a lovely car.
Just fantastic.
So Jay's
still holding off Hydra, keeping that 2.5 second gap.
So they both got pulled in by pushing too fast into corners where it seems fine until you're at the exit, and then the exit goes.
That's all.
Welcome to the Mojave Desert, or what's Californian desert's called? Is that Mojave? Welcome to the beach. Going to the beach.
Looks like
to make some sandcastles more.
Travis has just got past. Follow me.
What?
Travis has just lapped.
Someone's just went right over a sausage. Oh, but I don't know. It was a V8. The Call Me Jay is okay. He needs to come into the pits. That's what the problem is. His tyres are shredded.
Did Jay start on the mediums?
They're all doing it.
Well, they're trying to one stop.
Yeah, he must have done because he's not stopped yet, and he's on mediums.
They're trying to one stop it.
He needs to come in.
Go about
he
20,
needs to come
26, in. Yeah. That's
they
why.
Call Me Jay is back in 7th.
Yeah, but if that's how bad the tyres are after 26 minutes of medium use.
Yeah. There's Darko in again.
Yeah, he's in. He's coming in.
Probably soft the last 14 minutes, or possibly mediums again.
Phil is. Look how good his tyres are.
Yeah. He has only been on those for 2 laps.
Yeah, I know. But what I mean is, he's had his stop.
He's telling me he's free stopped. I don't know when they've stopped. Darko and Jay both in. Jay used a lot more fuel than Darko.
Pete from Poland, he's doing pretty consistent top. No, he's not. He's doing pretty awful times.
It's his second stop.
He needs to go. It's saying he's pitted, and yet he's not.
Yeah.
His tyres are all. He's got no fuel, and his tyres are knackered. Okay, this game's
on. Strange, yeah.
Saying he's fueling up.
Yeah, we've got fuel on 5 liters per second, so it's slightly increased than standard.
Several of the pit crew peeing on the tyres. I believe that's a way of curing them. Well, it looks like they're peeing on them.
Jay.
By the way, they're standing.
That's half-second penalty as
What
well.
they normally look like. Oh, Pete from Poland with his knackered tyres and the hairpin. No, not happy, not happening.
Jay out on the
Diaco
softs.
got half tank of fuel, so he's not filled up to the end. Unless he has 27 minutes. He's only got 13 minutes left, so A and B has joined the room.
I'm not sure. Jay's, I think he's been burning a lot of fuel
Oh,
from going into the dirt.
Phil's just done the I'm going too fast into this corner, and now he's trying to do the corkscrew and not crash off of it.
Yeah. Is that, yeah.
So there's turn whatever it is before corkscrew, and then this one are 2 of the turns where it just drags you in. Drags. All the rest have a big sausage. Bockwurst, as they call them. They're big fat sausage. Oh, what the hell was that, Diaco? What you doing?
Travis is coming up on the back of them now as well.
Diaco does this, I know. I can hear his voice saying, "Why have you parked here? I do not understand, Indy. You're so slow."
Jay's back in P8. He's just overtaken Peter with his 1 tyres.
Phil, keep it to the inside there.
Beautiful livery though.
Which one? There's some nice ones. What are we talking about? Phil's
Peter
livery?
from Poland.
Yeah.
The blue and red.
Yes. It looks like some kind of parts manufacturer's livery.
Look familiar, I believe.
or Molly Slip or something like that. I don't know. I do like the ones where they're sort of like acid yellow and greens, because then they look like a sweetie. You know, those ones that make you ooh like that. Yeah. The ones where it look, and also if you ever watch Taya's streams, there's a couple of them that they have stuff that looks like nougat.
Oh, Ian's
aka
oh, Phil's come off. He's come off
again.
in turn 6.
No, Phil! It's turn 6, the one that we were talking about. Yes,
Yeah,
the one
the
that
fast
drags you
left.
in. He keeps doing that, Phil. Phil, if you're listening, what have we talked about?
Alec into the pits now as well.
What have we talked
P2
about?
is coming up with some back markers.
Yeah, he's coming up to follow me. Seb also pushing a bit harder now.
Seb's trying to catch up with Moomin.
DWP Librid, McLaren
Yes.
there for movement.
Beautiful.
Travis on Darko.
With the 0800 number for people to apply for universal credit.
I actually got a DWP message.
Did you?
Like an official one. Title, it was from DWP.
Those tyres are deaded.
Yeah.
He can't go
He's
for...
coming
Oh,
in.
he's coming off.
He should be coming in.
But
Well, he's
Moomin's
definitely
just coming
coming
as
in now.
well. And
Moomin's coming as
so's
well.
Phil. No, Phil hasn't.
No, Phil has not.
Phil, who was it who was in the middle? It was Peter from Poland. Yeah, sorry, it was Peter from Poland. It's Peter from Poland. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Travis is clear of Darko now.
So Diako's P4, and he is next in line to pass those in the pits, but I don't know whether he's going to get there.
Not
And it
sure if
looks
he's
like they're
close.
exiting. No, there's two more gone in.
I'm worried about these pit
He's
people
gonna get there.
because when
Close though.
the car comes up, they all look like they're doing a poo, and when the car's sat there, they look like they're doing a wee. It's like the whole thing's
There you go,
toilet
and out
based.
they come. They've both put in the same amount of fuel. Well, they've got more fuel than each other, but they've put in.
But Moomin's behind. How did that happen?
No, it'll reset itself in a minute. He's
No,
first out of the pits.
I mean literally, I'm on
There you
board.
go.
What the friggin' hell? Oh my god. Matt, say something nice, because I don't want to talk in case I say something derogatory. I'm just... What the...
Sev now only 1.2 from Moomin. Fast, with fresh tyres, he's going to push quite hard, I should imagine.
Push.
Dirk is hot on the heels of P1. It looks
Yeah.
like he's an entire lap ahead, is he?
Yeah, he's just been lapped.
Just been lapped.
He's gone for the Corvette itch.
Yeah.
We do
No
like...
surprises there.
Short but shifting, better on fuel, still able to get a ton of torque down. It's an ideal choice for a track like this.
It's a very ideal choice just in general.
We do like the mix of engine types, because okay, we've got like an 4 turbocharged, we've got V8s, but we've got naturally aspirated V8.
Hey Rory. Rory,
Supercharged. Is the ZR1, the VR1, is that supercharged stuff?
The ZR1 is, yes, but not the C7R. I think it's a naturally aspirated V8.
It just shows that how technology's moved on, engine technology's moved on, because back in the day we've had this little conversation about the Lotus design V8 that they made when GM owned Lotus, and you know, that was a powerful engine for the day. The normal iron block overhead valve engine was kicking out like 250 horsepower, even though it was nearly 6 litres. And then the Lotus one was kicking out nearly 400 horsepower, so it showed the difference. Now you're getting them 6.
Oh,
That's close. That's close. Yeah, I'm on board with Seb now, because it looks like a pretty good battle.
Rory is a mix of Richie and Boys. So I was reading your message while I was saying hello.
Who's Rory? Oh, Richie! Hello, Richie! Oh, and Mugelina. So,
Yeah,
yeah, oh, God, you've had no luck today, Mugelina. We're looking forward to you having
plans for races as well. I want to test some things out. See if it's
Is
because
it?
I'm hosting.
It could be because you're hosting, because you're weird. It also because could be. Well, it can't be weird German stuff, because we've got another German in there, and he's just going around chasing people.
And we've got an Australian. Up in almost a minute ahead of Moomin.
Oh, it's around the outside. Can you do it around the outside?
Very brave move if he does. Moomin should.
Moomin will definitely not punt him off, because he's way too clean.
Oh!
Oh, shut up, Andrew. What the hell?
I think that looked like lag on my end.
It was. It
So
looked. I just. Okay, so we've got lap 15 and lap 24. Just.
yeah. With 6 minutes to go, P4 starts his final lap.
You think you know someone,
His
eh?
final lap. 25th
You
lap.
think you know someone.
Morning. How are we, Richie? Legend.
Got anyone else miss? Oh!
It's not a legend, he's a leg end. It's different.
Legend.
Alec has nice fresh tyres for this battle.
Oh yeah, I suppose I better start looking around a bit. I mean, but this is really
P3
good.
is hot on the heels of Moomin as they go through the corkscrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what we just.
Jackie with Keith and McLaren.
That's what we were just talking about, Matt. Because I was just saying that Moomin won't punt him as he was going around the outside, and just said that it looked like he clipped him and pushed him off. It's like, shut up, Andrew.
Oh,
just stop talking. Oh, but God, I tell you what, Moomin has got so much faster. He's always had a good racecraft because he's mature, 29. And
yeah, Seb looking to that might be a penalty, Seb, if you've gone across that white line.
Moomin's just lost that
No, he
position.
should be okay.
the thing is, Moomin knows that ultimately Seb's quicker.
Yeah, Seb is a
So
very
he
fast
won't want to
driver.
sort of get it, but that doesn't mean, so he's waiting for him to do
Whoa.
stuff like that
Yeah.
and fall behind him again.
Seb
Not,
P2.
he is now. He is now.
Picture of Hydra is Seb.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, it's DWT Huxtra.
Oh, Alec is chasing down Jay and he's just come off through turn 10.
And his tyres aren't too bad either, so...
Yeah, nice
Right.
fresh tyres for the battle. It's another one of those corners which is really fast, but it sort of drags you off into the gravel.
So we have just over 4 minutes to go in this 40-minute race. Got to say, the first 10 minutes I kind of noticed, then all of a sudden it was 35 minutes. And it's like, it's that's, to me, the sign of a really good race. And the fact that I'm missing a load of action, the fact that I'm missing a load of action means that there's a lot of action. So, sorry, not sorry.
Oh, Seb getting sideways out of 10-11.
So what are we on? Lap 25.
Yeah, I think it's
Minute
going
and
to
a
be about
half
27
per lap.
minutes.
Yeah, 27, 28. So let's see what's Travis on. Travis is doing 124s
Travis
at the
is gonna
moment.
get 28.
Bob. It's kind of sharp looking motor, isn't it?
What have we got going on in the field? Follow me, still driving along.
5 seconds ahead. Of course,
Yeah.
we are completely surprised by this and did not expect Travis to do this well at all, did we, Chris? And yes,
No,
everybody, we are lying.
Well, politicians, what do you expect?
Oh, we could practice again. Yes, because Travis loses 98% of all the laps.
Seb coming off on the outside of turn 6.
What do you reckon? Stay on board with that? Phil's up to 5th, or back up to 5th.
Wow.
Just
No
9
one's
seconds from
really
Darko.
bugging him.
Darko on much better tyres though.
They call me Jay on knackered tyres. More knackered. Less knackered than Phil, but Phil's keeping it together. And apart from Diaco, Kili Michim, but Diaco. Oh no, maybe not. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but he's 28 seconds behind Moomin. Oh, he's just... No, it's right. Travis has just lapped him. Which showed you how far ahead Travis is.
Travis is...
Because he's lapped up to 4.
He's almost a minute ahead of Moomin.
Yeah.
So where is he on track?
No, he is a minute. He is a minute ahead of... He's 55 seconds ahead of Seb. And it's 5 seconds between Seb and Moomin. So...
Yeah, so Travis starting, which will not be his final lap. He will have one more lap after this. Will he have enough fuel for that final lap? Doesn't matter.
Okay, he's actually coming up behind. He's actually coming up behind 2nd place. You look on the map.
He's about 4 corners behind.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. Alright, I'm going to try and show that. I'll try to work out who it was, but it was Moomin. It's alright. Moomin's
braked
braked himself! And he's got very little fuel.
Yeah.
Moomin's hoping
he's
and
only going to have
praying.
one more lap though. Moomin will finish on lap 28. He'll be fine.
Let's do something unusual and let's go around with Travis and just see how amazing it is to be able to drive upside down in an American car that fast. He'd have to sit on the roof to be able to drive this car. He'd have to be able to glued on the roof. You know, like they used to have those stunt cars where they had somebody on the top driving,
Yeah.
but upside down. Because in Australia, you'd get seasick. Well, actually, he'd be lying down, wouldn't he? Because California's sort of like up and
Phil sideways.
Phil sideways.
Corkscrew.
No,
Yeah.
Phil, no sideways.
Down to
Stop
six.
it now.
Corkscrews claimed another victim.
It's claimed probably almost everyone actually. What's his gap now to Alec? 5, 4.
5, it's coming down, it's
Probably
coming
about
down.
4 seconds.
Alex there. Let's be on board with Alec and watch him chase.
Will he have enough fuel to finish the 28th lap? Actually, this might be the last lap for these two.
His
There's
tyres
the 40
are
minutes.
absolutely knicky nude.
Where's the final lap?
It's
Phil's-
now
yeah, there
final
you go,
lap.
Phil's finished.
They're both finished, so
Alec, there we
Phil
go.
was lucky. Phil had plenty of fuel, but no tyres.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Alec
One
had
more lap.
no fuel, but plenty of tyres. I think this entire
also with no
last
fuel.
lap thing is just ridiculous. Peter from Poland, let's watch him come across the line as well.
Alright, let's just watch Seb
Two.
taking P2.
Oh, he's come across the line, so Seb is definitely P2 now. Moomin,
Moomin taking P3.
well-deserved podium there, mate.
Beautiful McLaren.
And then let's get back to Travis.
Oh, Diaco, will he spit himself off? His tyres are in pretty good nick, he's got plenty of fuel. Boingy.
Travis flashing his lights as well. He's got
Phil
very
has just...
guaranteed win now.
Okay, I'm
There he
going to try and translate
Across
what
the
Matt
line.
has typed in.
There he is.
DWP and
Go on, give us a burnout. You're in second gear, mate. You're not going to get any tyre smoke from that, are you? And there's
Jay.
Jay taking P5.
Way! So that's everybody finished. We have, in order of preference, Travis, Seb, Moomin, Diaco, the Gummy J, our Phil, Alec, Peter from Poland, Christian Vines, and then the Macabre King.
Yeah. So
The
who
last
did we have
two-
disconnect? We had
Definitely didn't race,
Oh,
but they did
Madalena
such a
and
good job
Ian.
anyway.
Madalena and Ian disconnected.
Let's have a look at these
So,
tyres.
We're here for the party.
Absolutely.
Everyone's here. It's
Everybody.
been great. I've enjoyed that.
Whoa.
It's been nice to watch.
There'll be even more people next week.
So, as we say,
Yes.
I'm Tina Fey. Matt, you're Amy Poehler. I'm finally getting to say her name the way she says it. I keep calling her Poehler because it's German, right? It's got an, the OE's and not anyway. And Chrissy is Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Rec. If anybody watches Parks and Rec, she's probably the best character in it.
Jay
her.
says, though, that his car was feisty the whole race. What was he in again?
Mercedes.
AMG.
Yeah, that's quite a popular car.
Yeah.
Not popular.
It's
Right,
got a
before
nice
I
car.
forget, let's just do this
GG,
saving
Phil.
of the replay.
Yep.
Well done, everybody. Message for Polyphony. Get yourself sorted, morons. I want to be able to change things. I want to not have to constantly put on add details. I want to be able to replay stuff. Just because you've got crappy, I'm going to say
Yes,
photographers.
Phil.
What are those typey type
Unless you
people that do
abandon
stuff?
the phone.
Programmers
I don't know.
who program too big. What did you get them from? Bloody Microsoft. Make it bigger and bigger and bigger, but leave it on the same old machine so it's slow and crashes a lot. Stupid. There you go. Thanks for listening. Moan, moan, moan. Blah, blah, blah. Right.
Yeah, well done, Moomin, on that P3. Well done, Steph, as well.
Oh, super duper.
And obviously Travis.
Christian
So
Phil
Richie-
asks, am I stuck in that car all season?
Yes. So currently, yes, but I'm actually, there's
talking
going to
about?
be
You
a
did-
slight rule change.
The sand.
Phil, come here a minute.
It's
Come here a
like
minute.
what? Rule
Phil,
change?
come here a minute. You did really well in that car. Plus, it's English and it has a V12 in it, so stop whinging. course, if
You don't
somebody
want
would
any
have
of those
shown
American
you-
cars.
Oh no, you don't want that. No. It's an English V12. It's not a German V12, or well, that's it, really, isn't it? One of them. It's not a new Aston Martin which has like a Mercedes V8 in it. No.
Do you like Scoobies, Andrew, or have you
Scooby-Doos?
just named yourself that?
Well, I do like Scooby-Doos. It kind of fits with the first videos I did, where I was in a Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Do you remember the McCrane Hutch special I was fiddling around with?
Right, quickly before you do that, I'm going to end my stream here.
Okay.
If you want to watch the Travis switches to his view and he's just doing donuts. If you want to watch the race replay when we go over a few of the bits, head over to Rouge Stream, and we'll cover that there.
Copy it in so they can click on it. Makes it easier. Do you want me to
Have
copy
a
it?
stream open. Yes, please.
Oh God,
I've got it open on my phone.
Technical things.
So yeah, so thank you everyone for joining and for racing. That was actually really very fun to watch. And we'll see you all next week.
Wait a minute. Which one's which? Oh, there, that's mine.
Don't copy my stream into yours, copy yours into mine.
I've copied yours, I just don't know which one I'm copying it into.
Why have you copied mine?
I'll copy it into both. That way.
Why have you copied mine?
Oh, yeah. Ballsack. Alright,
Right,
so...
everyone knows Rue's channel anyway. Everyone in here knows Rue.
No,
So head
it's
over
okay.
there.
I'll fix it, honest. I'll fix it.
But I've already said goodbye and I'd left it open for another 5 minutes.
Ah! Why is it not...
Well, at least it's going wrong after the race.
Look, it goes wrong every time I'm here. Because I am here. I think that's... I don't know which one... Have I just put it in yours? Or mine?
Can't put it in either.
Space. Anyway, let's do it like that. Right, that's mine. Fair enough. Okie dokie. That's ended.
You've pasted it into your own stream.
I've posted it into both. Because I
That's a
can't remember which one was which. So, let's have a look. We're on Gran Turismo 7. We're going to... So lap 15, lap 24, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
There you go,
maybe-
there's the link for Rue's.
Put it in both.
Yeah, it didn't come up for me.
Well, I don't know. Who are you anyway?
Right, catch you all later.
Showcase.
Ciao, mate. See you over there.
Ta-da, one. Oh, great. Right, so we are now in my items. The lobby. View. Here we go. And I'll be able to change view and everything. Later, Vinesy.
Yep, I'll catch you all in a bit. I have to go get ready
Ciao,
for
mate.
comments.
No worries. It's been good.
Hell. Yeah, that's
Speak
me.
to you soon.
I'm on the right thing.
Catch you in a bit.
Oh, you're still talking. So you're actually leaving us now? Leaving?
Yes.
Oh, alright then. Don't like you anyway. Well, hello, Matt.
Howdy doodle.
We've not done this for ages. Now we've got rid of him.
It's been a
That
while.
dead weight, the one that's, you know, done all the talking, knows what he's doing and has organised it. We love him, really. Right, so, can you see my stream? Wait a minute. Whoa. Slow down. Bloody Gran Turismo suddenly wants to go quickly. My goodness. Right, so we didn't get to see much of what was going on. Let's see. We'll go from position 4 and watch everybody get a false start. Because like everybody did. 5 lights. Oh! No one can move, literally. Travis moved a bit and then Travis ended up in 7th, 8th, so he won from 8th at the first corner.
Oh, no.
That's just incredible.
And he still did such an amazing performance. Wow.
Yeah, that's the way it's been going. Every race we've watched him in. I think he didn't win one. He came second, but he didn't, and he was battling for first, but he didn't really get on with the car. It was in one of the, the pancake series, the specification series that we were doing.
Yep.
Yeah, it was one of them. It's just incredible. 8th position, insane. There he is. Travis is saying in the chat, finds he's never done the false starts thing before. It confused everyone. Everyone was like, I couldn't tell. You moved a bit, so was that a false start or not or whatever? And everybody else didn't move at all, and then you were suddenly in 8th. It's like, what the hell? Okay, so 2 corners in, he's in 7th, and then he's after everybody.
Oh, does he just overtake everyone in this lap or something?
Alright, so Alec, who ended up coming second, is having fun with his Alfa Romeo. Moomin, so you've got 2 mid-rear cars there. Alec got completely put off and ended up in the gravel.
Legend, good to see you, mate.
Hiya, Diaco.
Dirk.
I tell you what, I love watching you chase people. And then, of course, bang into people because they have... Why have you parked here on the Apex? Great job, though. Once again, always good. So Moomin kept it clean. He overtook a couple of people and ended up in 4th. Ian was ahead. Diaco going nuts around the corkscrew. He was good at that. And then you got this corner here, corner whatever it is, which pulls people in. At this point, Phil is up to 6th. He's just already... I mean, he can see Seb. Oh, he's just... God, it's so fast. It's so annoying. It's just so annoying. In a good way. Not in the beginning, but I got used to that crappy lobby. Diaco's not an exact fan of GT7, I think.
It is interesting though when you consider, like, I think this game's very pronounced on the car choice, because I think they do vary from track to track. Like there's no sort of best car sort of thing. There's best cars for certain tracks. I think it's interesting. Like fuel is obviously a thing. Inline 4 versus a V12, and then obviously you've got weight and size and all these things to consider.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things I was saying earlier about the Alpha, I've not driven it in GT7 yet, but I have driven it in GTS, and in GTS, like you say, it's a beautiful handling car, but it's a very laggy engine. It's a bit like there's a Subaru GT3 car. And that is another one where it's kind of like all boost or no boost. You know, it's all or nothing. Whereas I prefer naturally aspirated engines or supercharged engines where you can feed the power in.
Yeah.
So, but some people can cope with different things, can't they? You know. And like Phil's just saying that the Aston, because it had no lag, you know, you could control the throttle a bit better. We've been working on that, me and Phil. That and getting all dead excited, because he gets really excited and then he drives too hard and things. But I think Phil did really, really well.
Saying he ran fuel 2 and 3 and 4 for the rest of the race.
No, 3 quarters of the race.
3 quarters.
Yeah, that makes sense. He had plenty of fuel left at the end. So it was, because we've had a few people get into the so Travis is already up to 3rd on lap 3. Up behind Diaco, we'll be past him in a sec. Yeah, we've had some really entertaining races where people have run out of fuel on the last lap because the lap's gone 1 lap longer than they thought it would. I mean, one of the best one ever was Diaco and Andre, you know, Andre, I think, the German. Oh no! Right, so did you see that?
Oh,
right, let's look at that
just
again.
now, yeah, just
Okay.
now. That's the time difference.
So you've got Diaco being challenged by Travis, and this is where Diaco. We all know Diaco is very fighty. He doesn't give up. So nice overtake. I think we saw this in the distance, and then he just comes right back up the inside. Oh wow! They actually merged. Oh, do you know?
Wow.
That was really strange.
Oh yeah, they were inside. Yeah, I just saw that.
Christian did say that because I was watching it from Moomin's
Two souls
perspective.
becoming one there.
So here we go. So they've completely gone through each other, and then when they come apart again, Diaco slides, and then Travis hits him, and it's then solid.
Oh,
What the?
Yeah.
Just. And that's when Moomin ended up in third. That was insane, man. Okay, right. So Moomin's not going to bother trying to challenge Travis because Moomin's seen him race. He's been in lots of races with him. So he just got his head down and off he went. Right, so from this point, what we wanted to go to lap 15, didn't we? So, oh God, here we go. You can't just type it in.
Oh dear.
Okay, I had a German inside me. Oh dear. Phil, always put an extra lap of petrol in the tank, yes. And so Diaco said, when you overtook me, your twitching was horrible, forward and backwards from the left to right. Yeah, well, a lot of it was, he was kind of doing that all the time, wasn't it? And then said, no, Root, it's not funny, the car was twitching like hell. Yeah, I know. That when you're on board in the stream, you can when any car goes around the corner, all you hear is like it's not smoothly going round a corner, but jumping sideways throughout the whole way, and you can see it twitching that way. It's not good. They need to sort this kind of stuff out. Right, everybody comes into the pits. So we're on this lap here. Travis does a couple of more laps. Let's go forwards a bit on board with Seb. He comes out.
Just need to get a charger for my phone.
Yeah, you carry on, sir. You carry on. Just glad to have you here. It's got to be catching. Travis goes in the pits on lap 11. Let's see how this works. That's how close they are when they came out. Oh no, it's not even showing it. Hold on a minute. What's going on here? Oh, it's still in the pit lane. Right, so you can see how close they are when they came out. Okay, so he didn't gain anything by staying out a bit longer. In fact, he lost a little bit. And then at some point we missed Seb losing it and ending up spinning off, handing Travis the lead. It was sort of inevitable because in the specification series it's been Alec and Travis tending to fight at the front, and if it's not been that, it's Travis disappearing off into the distance and Alec second somewhere, also in the distance from everybody else. So we know Alec's super fast and we know Travis is just super faster. Now we've got Seb as well. We've got 3 people that are definitely capable of fighting with each other. We know Muggelina's pretty quick, and I have been led to believe by Scrappy Room Chrissy Vines, that there are a couple of other people that are going to be joining us that are also super fast. Deck has signed up for the series as well, so there will be more fights for first place. It won't just be a walkover for Travis. I'm pretty sure Travis doesn't want it to be a walkover too. Everybody likes a good battle, and generally speaking, the people that are in our series are fast and fair, so it'll be proper battles and not Max Verstappen punting people off. You can see how hard Seb's pushing there though, because he's overcooking it on the exit of several corners, which is always a danger. Always a danger. Alright, so my favourite and cutest co-commentator in the world, Quincy, is on Special Stage Route X, if anybody wants any laughs. Yeah, PS5, it looks at people... So Phil, it's chirping, I heard it. Yeah, the chirping. I mean, we're getting it now. It's not smooth screech, it's chirp, 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 chirp. Right, so it looks then, what I'm getting from people that know better and have PS5s, that if you host it from a PS5, you're in a better position. It can cope with it better. Alright. So, you can see Travis is catching him up.
Is this where he claims glory?
I think this is, we're waiting, lap 15, I think is when we noticed that Seb came off. Travis is catching him up now, but Seb is pushing really hard to stay ahead.
Right,
You can just see the difference. I mean, Travis is so precise. I'm not saying he makes no mistakes, but generally speaking, you don't get any of the sort of tail slappiness. You don't get kicking up dust, just going up, overcooking it and going offline a bit. So like there, late apex, so that he's nowhere near the gravel.
Yeah, missing line.
Seb tends to sort of like, he's fast and he's good, but then he'll do something like that. You know, you can see he's really pushing it to try and stay ahead.
The lobby did look a little bit twitchy sometimes from my perspective on my stream.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's happening now. It's happening now, and I'm on the replay. You can hear that sort of choop, 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 choop. See, there's kicking up dust. See, I'd like to be able to do what either of these guys are doing, i.e. be this fast. But if I could choose, I would, in my head, a really good racing driver is someone that's that controlled and precise as Travis is, as PH47BK. That's Travis. It's just the controlled precision, never overcooking it, never pushing too hard. You know, we were talking about if you push too hard.
Wheel or pad?
I think he's on a wheel. Whereas you get quite a few of them are on pads, and they are amazing. Travis, are you still? Yeah, on a wheel. That's what we've asked this question before, and I think he said it was a wheel.
Can we go into cockpit mode?
There you go.
While he's chasing.
Ease off. Ease off. Okay, yeah. I'll just. I will. Yeah, it's a good point. I actually forgotten I could do that now. I'm so used to. Right, let's go back a few corners. Oh, come on, Andrew. There you go. And now, you know, you were telling me that you can do this. Remember?
Yep.
The reason why I couldn't do it before is I hadn't set the joystick up to do that. So
okay.
it was me, not you. You knew what you were talking about.
And you've got full head movement now. I like it. I like it.
Look up. And better than that, let's just do this. I can do it outside, and I can now look at side liveries and make people feel sick.
Yeah. No, I think that's doing that live as well is pretty cool because you can always follow the chase or lead car.
That's what I was doing when it worked, and then they did the update where everything's screwed up. So there you go, off he goes. So where would you like me? Do you want me to be on board with Travis watching him drive, or?
I just wanted to
I know you
see
like
what he does from the
cockpit.
cockpit view.
Alright, let's follow Travis a little bit. You can see the inputs are smooth and progressive rather than...
I do think...
Look at the
that
brakes,
over
you see how he
GT
doesn't sort of like stamp and get he modulates. Sorry, go on, you were saying. Carry on.
I may be wrong, but I think over GT Sport you could turn the wheel to almost like full turn, if you will, full lock almost. And that would sort of suffice. But I think the amount of scrubbing and loss of grip that you'd get from that.
Yeah. I remember you saying in one of your streams you'd worked out that if you had it from less than something like 45 degree of turn lock, you could pretty much guarantee you could stamp the throttle and it wouldn't lose the back end. But it's almost like there was a switch that if you got past, say, 45 degrees or whatever the value was, that's when you lost the back end under too much throttle. Under that, and it didn't. Whereas this, it's much more progressive, and if you stamp the throttle in a 500 horsepower machine, the back end's going to lose grip, because that's welcome to physics, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I was in a pub once. Did I tell you about my friend who was a rally co-driver? Her and her brother, a brilliant Northwest rally team. They used to drive a Peugeot 106. Nice. Not 106, sorry, a Saxo. And they were good. Still are, as far as I know. So we're out having a works night out once, and she comes across some of her friends, and one of them was an incredibly abrasive and arrogant rally driver guy. Sort of a mechanic for a local Land Rover garage, but basically a bit of a tit. You know, these kind of people that just think they're full of something.
Yeah.
And me being me, I'm like, I didn't realise he was a tit. I was just one of my friend's friends, and he was a rally driver, and I was impressed. And so I was chatting away with him, talking about how much I like the Skyline GTR and how clever that four-wheel drive system is, and all this kind of stuff. And he just starts laying into me. And the thing is what he said was correct, and I learned something from him. But I also learned that he's a dick. Because the way he was saying it was like, you stupid idiot, you know, nothing, no, all this kind of stuff. But the point he was making is, if you've got 500 horsepower, doesn't matter how many wheel drive you've got, you're going to lose grip. You know, it might be true if you're in a 200 or 300 horsepower car, you can have four-wheel drive and clever diffs and all this kind of stuff and keep most of the grip. But once you get past a certain level of performance in the engine, it don't matter. And if that's true with four-wheel drive, it's certainly true with two-wheel drive, even in these sports cars, you know. And I like the fact that GT7 reflects that fact. Nobody else does, which is why they were moaning that it got changed. But what do I know? So, yeah, progressive. The fact that it has to be progressive braking, progressive steering, precise steering, and precise and progressive throttle. It's closer to what ACC is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which of course frustrates people when they're used to playing a game that tries to be like a sim, and now this is more like a sim and less like a game, I guess. For me, anyway. I mean,
yeah. I think the steering inputs, you know, at the lower values, you can. So many people just turn the wheel way too much. There's just no need. I think, you know, learning to just sort of find the limits at the minimum value, I think, is important.
That you can hear it. You were saying you can hear the screeching, can't you? That tyre scrub you get. Whereas if you turn it less, you get more grip because the tyre's never lost the grip.
Yeah.
And again, that's like real life. You can scrub the tyre in real life, but then it wears your tyres out and you go around the corners slower and you have a slower exit speed. And I know one of the big problems I have is, you know, automatic reaction times and precision. So I know the principle that I need to enter the entry phase of a corner I've got to be going slow enough to make sure that I can rotate the car without it slipping, and then get the power down as gently but as early as possible to then exit the corner without slipping and fire down the straight as quickly as possible. But the sort of the precision and reactions I've got are just too poor to do it well, and all I can do is try and train myself up and get better, you know. But I'll never be brilliant, just never will.
It's about enjoying it as well, isn't it? I think I think because it's racing, everyone's pushing it to the maximum limit, you know, as opposed to just the driving aspect. Getting an open lobby and just having it as an open track day, if you will. Just you in the car as opposed to just trying to max out the car. It feels completely different. And driving these Group 3s, it does take a lot away. Obviously, you still get incredible weight transfer because of the intensity of the speed, and the brakes, and all this sort of stuff like the Gs. But I think if you get into a road car like a Porsche GT3 RS, which is a fast car, it feels initially super unstable.
Yes, because
really,
everything's pin sharp, isn't it? It's pin sharp.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you.
Learning how to control that is good because you understand what the car's doing more. Where the Group 3s don't really give you that much information because the suspension is ridiculously hard, even compared to a race car, sports car like a Porsche GT3 RS. It's just a completely different animal.
Yeah. On Friday I sort of did 3 quick thingies because I've got Assetto Corsa Competizione and GT7 and GTS now. So I just did a quick thing where I wanted to jump into each of those and see what they were like again, because I've not driven on the thing for a while. And I found the gameplay really annoying on all of them, to be honest with you. But at least on GT7 I know what I'm doing now, to be able to just go and drive somewhere. Still haven't figured out the other two. Assetto Corsa was better, but it's a few years old now. But ACC, dead centre on the steering wheel, just shakes. It just goes clunk, 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 clunk. Is that? Do you find that normal on yours, or is that?
Yeah, you've got to turn the road effects down to like 1.
Right, I did fiddle with those because they were on 14%, and then I tried it on 30, and then I took it down to like 8, and it still did it. Right, okay,
yeah,
no, that's fine.
Fanatic, I had to put it on 1, and it's still ridiculously strong. So, well, it's not, but it's bearable now. But, I know what you mean.
I just wanted to know whether that was just because of a setting that I didn't know about, or... And I haven't got a problem with it, you know, that it being such a complex set of settings, because like Ian just said, it's better it's better sim for GT3 racing because it is much more realistic, and things like having to bring your tyres up to temperature.
You have to be more progressive with the wheel, don't you?
Yes.
Whereas in Gran Turismo, you can chuck it in and give it full lock, and it will turn and do everything for you. I'm sure it's a lot slower than smaller inputs, but still, if you used to do that in ACCC, the car would just react completely differently. Like the weight of the car is so much more pronounced. You have to be smaller with your inputs.
You have to drive it, and you have to drive it precisely. You can't just chuck it along the road, can you? It's not. So, yeah, but there's the settings in. Right, I'm just. The reason why we're on board with Seb is because we wanted to see what happened when. Come on. When they came together, and I came out with my Moomin doesn't knock people off the road. If anyone's got a lap or a place and a person they want me to review and go follow, you'll have to let me know, because I can't remember the bits I've missed, if that makes any sense. Somebody's made a list, then I can do that. other than that, I'll at the end of this, but I'm sorry, I love having a chat with Matt about these kind of things because he's got a lot of experience on all the different types of sim racing, a lot more than me, and it's good to learn from people who know things. So we are coming up, we're watching Seb on board chasing Moomin down after the pit stop. Yeah, I like the fact that on ACC you can alter the steering lock of the wheel, and I like the fact that it actually stops the steering when you get to that point. You know, it's not just free and it reacts differently. It actually stops the steering. So it's like, wow, yeah, because I want to be able to alter that on Gran Turismo, and I want to be able to alter it differently for different tracks. Because,
well, if you have it in auto, it's supposed to do it for you.
What, on Gran Turismo? Oh, right, okay.
It does do it on my Fanatec. It does change the because that's a
but
massive
is that a Fanatec feature that won't be on a G29?
It does have a well, it's a yes and a no answer, because yes, there's a feature on it where you can set the sensitivity to either auto in-game or 1080 degrees all the way down to 1 degree if you wanted to. 540 is my sweet spot, I've realised. I think 540 is the perfect degree, but if I put it into auto, so I'd say I drive 540 for a couple of cars that aren't 540, then I put it on auto, it will put it to the actual steering angle that the cars are.
Okay.
So I assume it would do it for G29 if it doesn't Fanatec. Auto is, you know, letting the game sort it out.
So I don't remember I've seen that that setting for the wheel. So all I get is right. So it's alongside.
Look at this.
Understeers. Just touches him. That's all it is. So he understeers and just touches him. Let's go to a different angle.
Direct drive stops when it's turned all the way to. Interesting. Wow, look at this.
I love being able to do this. Right, so he's taking the inside line and then he's understeers, and then they just come together. That's a racing incident. He's flashing his lights. Seb's not happy. Seb's not happy at all. Oh, nice bit of drifting there. So Travis is asking, what Fanatec have you got, mate?
CSL Elite.
Have you saved up enough money to get one of those 40 grand movable things yet? I mean, if I had 40 grand, I'd be... Put it this way, my house, that when I bought it, was 36. So, yeah, I've got some problems with buying a rig for 40. I would have to be a multi-millionaire to chucking that kind of money around.
Yeah, they are expensive.
Ant sent me a video of someone in one, and it looks amazing. I was saying the other day in something, I can't remember what stream it was or whatever, I was just chatting with someone, and I had an investigation in the hospital, and right, he's got the inside line this time. Great overtake there by Seb. Right, so who else we got to battle? Alec after the Gourmet J. Let's keep on board with that for a little bit. Let's go on board. Oh, just as he comes off, overcut that corner. Let's just go back and see if he did it because of sausages. And I get picked up by, because I've not got a vehicle myself and no one to sort of take me, I booked the hospital vehicle. So you get like an ambulance minibus turn up. And I've not been in a vehicle for quite a few years actually. I was so excited. Not getting in, I was bricking it getting in because I was worried about the procedure, and the driver was fantastic, I've got to say. The driver was super duper. What are you going in for? Angiogram. Oh, I've had one of those, they're great, they're wonderful, you'll love them. Great team. And I'm like, oh, that's good. So put me at ease. So I'm sat in this chair, and it was only like a 10-minute ride, but my God, in a turbo diesel minibus. Oh, great stuff. I just love the feeling of movement, and that I miss driving. I miss driving. I mean, I jump on GT7 and I'm enjoying driving it, but it's not a patch on actual driving. I miss just pounding down a road, you know, at the wheel, and I don't have to be going fast, because one of the funnest cars that I ever owned or drove was a 1 litre Fiat Uno 3-door. Maximum speed, I think I managed to get it to 90 once. It was just fun, because it was light and chuckable, didn't have too much grip, so it was all about coaxing the most speed out of it. You couldn't lose momentum in that car, because if you did, it took you a week to get back up to speed again. PD has ruined so many good machines. PD. Phil, what's PD?
Polyphony digital.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was some, I don't know, swear word. So yeah, now I don't know if I doubt. I know as a fact that having even a 40 grand rig isn't going to be the same, because you can't have G-forces unless you're actually driving along. And polyphony, yes, okay. Yeah, but at least with something like GT7 ACC, even if it's Corsa, you get some decent feedback on the steering that feels real. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I want a car and a motorbike, at least one of each.
Me too.
Because I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do an experiment with you, Matt. I know you like your cars, and I know you like your bikes. Yes. Okay, so if I said to you, "What's your favourite car?" would you be able to say a car, or would you, like me, have to go, well, it depends what you want it to do?
It's a yes and a no answer. I mean,
Exactly.
my favourite car of all time, if I'm honest with you, would probably be the Peugeot 205 GTI. That's my favourite
1.6 or
car of all
1.9,
time.
mate? Hold on, because they are not the same.
2 litre MI16 conversion.
Oh, mean. Oh,
Whatever
okay.
voice
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah. 160 brake horsepower standard. Yes. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Give you that. Carry on.
Well, with the MI16, you get it back. I think it was around 220 horsepower, maybe 240.
Not standard.
With everything.
Standard, it was one.
No, yeah.
You could get a TI16 that had 240 with overboost. You got like a 10-second overboost on the TI16. But I mean, 160 horsepower was standard. You know, that was like normally aspirated, but no tuning, nothing polished, no cams. Do you know what I mean? So you could get it easily up to 200 without having to do anything to it. Well, no, not anything, without having to stick turbos on it. One of the best articles I ever read. There was a magazine, I don't know if you're old enough to sort of noticed it on the shelves, but you might have. It was called Car and Car Conversions. It's oh, you do know that? Excellent. Okay, so pre-Max Power, before Max Power came out, and people thought that's what tuning was about. People tuned cars for real and also for racing. So Car and Car Conversions was a magazine for that kind of stuff, for people that wanted to take their, I don't know, Fiat Uno racing, and it was top 10 engines for race tuning. And it was superb, because you get stuff like Rover V8 and it would tell you what it's good for, what you can do to it and to get the power and why it's good and all stuff like this. So something like a Rover V8, really all you could do is stick some kind of better fuel injection and make it bigger. But there were engines like, one of my favourite engines was the Astra GTE 16 valve engine, which stock was 155 horsepower when most 2 litres was something like 115. That was actually designed by Cosworth. Very similar cylinder head to the Ford Escort and Sierra Cosworth engines. It was so strong you could slap a set of 45 DCOE Weber carburetors on it, ditching the fuel injection and this kind of stuff, and a decent exhaust on it, and not change anything else, get it to rev to 8,000 RPM back in the 1990s. But the internals were so strong, you'd just take it and you'd immediately just get 190 horsepower out of it. It's just, I mean, fuel economy was horrendous, and you'd have to tune it, obviously, but stuff like that, I just thought that was fascinating. That if you wanted to go over 200, you needed to change things like the con rods and make lighter pistons and all this kind of thing. But just, you know, the tunability of engines, so much of it is to do with how strong the internals are and how well it's designed. Things like that.
Yeah, it's interesting with regards to the different eras as well, because the old 05, I have driven one and whatnot. And,
okay.
Like, for me, you can go as fast as you want, and don't get me wrong, I love going fast. But it's all about the corners, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless you buy a Mustang or a Viper or whatever. But my point is...
yeah, then it's all about the straights, isn't it?
yeah. I have a Fiesta ST at the minute.
Oh, right. So is that like 200 horsepower, something like that?
Yeah, 200, but stage 1 takes it to 250.
Ooh, wow.
The 50 brake horsepower is mid-range. It's not all the way through
the
rev range, but it is pretty tasty, to be fair. But what I'm trying to say is, it handles like...
Yeah, it's got a good chassis.
In comparison to the 205, it's just, you have to drive them completely and utterly differently. You can feel the new technology, and like, I think the power that's able to be produced with today is just standard engines. I mean, like, it depends what they put in it, but Toyota and Mazda, I mean, they're renowned for producing sports cars that could be tuned to ridiculous horsepowers.
Yeah,
because that was the market in Japan. Like the racing, the street racing in Japan. The mountains and all that. I didn't really realise there's actually a real and huge scene. It's a culture. I didn't realise that in Japan.
And drifting. I mean, drifting was on the twisty mountain roads. That they go up, but because Japan is such a repressed society. What happens is people can't show individualism, and because housing is so expensive in the big cities, if you live in a place like Tokyo, you can't buy a house. You buy a little cupboard, or you live in somewhere tiny. So you have to find other ways. They still want to show individuality, so they do it with their vehicles. And what they do with the vehicles, so they get into Toyota Supras, super up to ridiculous horsepowers, and drift side by side up roads in the mountains. It's incredible. Or do these, they get. This is why they were getting R32s with 1,000 horsepower doing 200 mile an hour down all the roads between Tokyo and the next city. But 1,000 horsepower from a 2.6 litre straight six. That engine in its day. I actually went to an Earl's Court motor show with a friend of mine, and I hugged it. It was on a plinth, and gave it a kiss, and there's these people looking at me going, "Get security, weirdo," because I'm basically snogging this incredible ceramic twin turbo straight six engine. But that's because the engine was just incredible. They claimed they were 280 horsepower. What a load of crap. That's like claiming the Hayabusa did 170 mile an hour. It's just because there was some agreement that it wouldn't do 200.
I do have a serious passion and respect for cars, but honestly, I think, you know, even if you can afford a hypercar, they will give you a thrill, of course. Like, nothing will ever compare what I've experienced on what motorbikes can offer. And like, I've been looking at the new ZX-10R.
Oh, wow.
I really want to get back into it. I just miss the feeling that it gives you. I looked at the ZX-10R and I thought, what we're producing in 2022. I can't remember the figures, if I'm honest, but you're closing on 200 horsepower, you're 200 kilograms, there or thereabouts. I can't remember the figures. The point is, that's before you even touch the engine.
Yeah, that's stock.
I looked at the
with all the emissions regs and all that kind of, that's stock. Yeah.
But
that actually illustrates. That's illustrating what I was sort of like very slowly meandering towards, which is that was in the 90s. Now, like you say, the last 10 years of engine development, partly because of manufacturing techniques and partly because of electronics and new ways of controlling fuel metering, turbos, ignition, all this kind of stuff. And I know we all moan about the silly electronic stuff and computers controlling the engines, but that's why it's happening. That's why we can get this kind of performance out of them. We are now getting one. I mean, okay, you know the Daihatsu Charade GT3i. Do you remember that? With me in the sort of the 90s, that was a real amazing car. It was a 1 litre turbocharged 3-cylinder Super Mini with 100 horsepower. 100, and it revved its nuts off and sounded great because it was a 3-cylinder. Now your base Fiesta with a 1 litre 3-cylinder turbocharged 4 valves per cylinder engine, the one that does 60 miles to the gallon has nearly 130 horsepower, and that's the slow one, and they're rockets, like you say. But then if on top of that, the chassis are so stiff, and the suspension is so good. And yet the cars weigh double what they did in those days. So I keep thinking, I want to get one of these modern little 3-cylinder engines, you know, the good ones that do 60 to the gallon but have a good power and torque, and modern suspension, and shove it in, you know, like get your Fiesta suspension and your Fiesta engine and shove it in that Peugeot 205 that I've seen welded and stiffened up. And then we'll have some fun. Because you'll probably be doing like 100 miles to the gallon while you're going twice as fast, feeling more comfortable, able to take corners better without it actually trying to kill you, which is something the 1.9 GTI used to try and do because the back end used to go on you. So if you could kind of mix the purity of the older cars, but then, like you say, then you get bikes. And bikes are a different thing, okay? Bikes just... I mean, I was on... Oh, God, I still remember this night. I'm on my Kawasaki KLR 250. Now, if I had a tailwind and I ducked right down, I could get 90 out of this miles an hour. But it did 65 to the gallon and was light and fun. Now I'm going up Snowdon. If everyone's been to Snowdonia and has driven past the top car park of Snowdon and goes over that, there's wiggly roads, wiggly, and I'm chucking this bike around on this wiggly roads, being held up by powerful cars with their tourists in them. Oh my God, there's a wall. Oh my God, there's a corner. Oh my God, there's a sheep a mile away. And I'm like, oh, please, bug off back to Manchester and Liverpool, please. And let me enjoy this road. Bloody tourists. And I got the biggest grin on my face because I'm doing 40 miles an hour up this thing, chucking it around like so pure, so raw. So much fun. And then later that night, I'm riding back home and it's raining. And I'm sat on this bike, going along like this. And I can see the rain between my face and the clocks. And I suddenly got really scared. It's like, oh my God, I'm so exposed. And then my heart and somewhere inside went, yes, I'm so exposed. This is amazing. And that's the point. It's so raw, so visceral. You feel everything. You see everything. When the wind hits you, it's there. When the engine's not only just a sound, it's a vibration between your legs and up your bum. It's every bump, every pattern on the road you can feel through the handlebars. Oh, just the most
Glorious.
Exciting thing. Literally glorious. People don't know what visceral is until they've been on a motorbike.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's what scares them.
First gear.
And then they go,
Time I picked my
it's a
600
toy.
in first gear was just the most exhilarating experience I've ever had. And
yeah,
you know what?
screaming
First
along,
time
wow.
I ever did that, the first time I ever just went for it on my bike, it just gave it a blast. My respect for cars actually just disappeared in that moment. Cars are not fast. Even fast cars aren't fast.
No, it's just, power to weight, yeah.
And that Kawasaki ZX-10R that's coming out brand new, it does 0 to 100 mile an hour in just over 5 seconds.
Yes. Well, I mean, I've only had 4 bikes. I've ridden about 5 or 6 of them because I could never afford them, and my darling wife gave my motorcycles away for nothing. Lovely lady. But hi Ian, be with you in a sec. Sorry, but I've completely forgotten to look at the chat. Thanks for joining us, Dirk. I know you've gone like an hour ago. Yeah, so...
It works,
Yay! I had a Honda, a 1986, my first big bike, and my favourite big bike was a Honda 1986 VF, not VFR, this is pre-VFR, VF 750F. It was the one where they'd fixed the problems with the engine. And the problems with the engine was why they made the VFR, because the VFR was so madly over-engineered, which is why it ended up becoming one of the most popular sports tourers in the world, because it didn't break and was also great to ride. But big heavy bike, huge heavy bike. It not powerful in modern terms, okay? 240 kilos plus me. And yet, that's 0 to 60 was 5.5 seconds. 1986. 5.5 seconds. Most bikes bigger than that are grip limited.
That's where I think it becomes important. I think that's the
Oh, here we go.
key.
Can you say his streaming up for this?
Matt, you've kind of like disappeared, and you're going bing bong. You know, you're doing. Oh, it's gone. Oh no! What was he saying? Come back.
Come back, Matt.
Come back, Matt, and say it all again, because I didn't hear any of it. It's not fair. Hello, Ian. Yes, the Hemi V8. Yeah, apparently that's. But what I like about those is that they are. I won't say simple engineering, but it's kind of like. I suppose it's basic engineering. It's not super clever computer-controlled, multi-stage, direct injection, blah, 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 blah. It's silly aviation fuel, nitromethane, and rebuild it every time. Oh, he's gone as well. Everyone's gone. Great. Well, in that case, everybody, what I will do is I'll stay in the party, but I will leave the broadcast, because I'm pretty sure no one wants to watch this screen. Thank you for joining us. Why have I just pressed that? Why have I pressed that? Why have I pressed that? Thank you so much for joining us. You're all brilliant. Even the horrible ones. I love you too. See you next time. Bye.